It's my very first time to Brno, and it's really exciting to be here, and especially to perform The Woman in Erwartung, directed by David Radok. I think Brno is a really beautiful city. It's quite small, but it's got a lot of ambience. There are many people in the streets in the evening having a nice drink, and it's a lovely buzz, and the weather has been amazing. I'm very happy to be here. Erwartung is a really extraordinary piece. It did take me 1 year to learn it. When I started, I would sit in my music room and I would look at the score and study 2 pages, and then maybe spend 1 hour and go and have some lunch. And when I came back and I looked at the score, I didn't recognize it at all. So it's like working against all possible difficult things. It's very, very hard. And the music is such that it's atonal and also athematic, so nothing really makes sense. The orchestra and the voice part don't sort of come together in any way. There's no kind of help, no harmonies. So it's extremely difficult, and you have to program the music. Every single line of that 30 minutes you have to program in your mind. In the first 30 bars of the music, the tempo changes 16 times. That says something, I think. So it's been the biggest challenge in my operatic career to learn this piece, but I'm so happy that I have, because it's extraordinary. When I did my debut at the Metropolitan Opera, it was singing Varvara Inka Chakabanova by Janacek. And this was the first time I came across this wonderful composer. Very exciting music and drama. It was quite a challenge for me, because I'd never sang in a Slavic language before. Can I say that? I'd never sung in a Slavic language before, so it was quite a challenge to try and work this piece in, but it was really a wonderful experience, and working with Sir Charles Mackerras in Janacek was amazing. I worked with Sir Charles quite a few times in different pieces, but his speciality was really Janacek. He embraced it and took it on, and it was wonderful to do that. No, that was my only experience with Janacek so far, but I think getting older, and maybe I could take on those nasty mother roles, like Kabanija or something. It would be really exciting. Maybe a little later. Wonderful. I love to work with David. I think he's an extraordinary director with very old school, very fine, detailed reggae. I couldn't ask for a better director, and in this piece, Erwartung, and I can also talk for my colleagues, I think, in Bluebeard, this is quite a unique double bill that everyone should have the opportunity to see. So I do hope everyone will come and watch this and experience this piece, deep psychological human pieces, very important, and revolutionary works of the early 1900s. When I read this instruction from Schoenberg, or his idea about the piece, I thought it was quite unique, because I think, speaking for the female species on this planet, we can make up a story in our head that lasts about 1.5 seconds, and it's a whole story that's taking place in our minds. So I think when he asked Marie Pappenheim to write the text for this, he asked the right person. She was a student of psychological medical studies and very closely connected with Freud. And it was a time in history where hysteria amongst women was quite big. There were lots of women being hysterical. I think I have quite a good idea why they were hysterical. And maybe if you think about it, you might also understand why they were all so hysterical. But I think it was a tough time for women in those days, and they were left at home sewing, painting, not very stimulated, so maybe they went a bit hysterical. I do have sort of a geography that David has worked out with me on stage. So the geography is already set, but the emotional expressions, they kind of come from myself in a sense, but I think doing it many times, this piece, it makes the piece also grow. In the beginning, I was very anxious to try and get through the piece and also add something special to this character. But the more I do it, I feel more free in it, funnily enough, although it's extremely difficult. But the text, you know, the words, I can color them in different ways in different evenings, and they could mean different things. So in that sense, the piece is alive. It lives its own life, in a sense, which is quite fascinating, because every time you perform this piece, you come out of it and you think, oh, it was different again. It's always different. I think they should come to experience these pieces because it's a unique evening at the opera. You will come out of there with many thoughts, many things that you will be thinking about. I urge everyone to come and watch these pieces because they're about humans and about the emotions and the depths of human souls. And broken people or people with secrets, like all of us. If you want a very unique, special evening at the opera, I really urge you to come and watch this double bill.